two co-hosts, Bizarro One, Dave, and Alex. We're trying to get Justin in here as well, but for some reason he's not getting the invites. And Periscope is acting up again to where I can't see whoever is in the Periscope. So I see that Bobaruski is in here. So if you are in here, I cannot see who's in here. Just said hello. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously, Extreme Rules is tomorrow night, as everybody knows. And we'll run down the card and give everybody our predictions for the show. If you guys did not know, there is 12 current matches that will be on Extreme Rules. And don't forget, everybody, it is starting at a new special time. All these pay-per-views are now 4 hours long, so it'll be at 7 Eastern. And they added another match to the card as well, to the pre-show, and that is Almas versus Sin Cara in a rematch from SmackDown Live. What's up, Adam? How you doing tonight? Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you don't mind hitting those shares and retweeting us on Periscope on Twitter, because if it's acting up on my end, some people may not have got the notification. So I hope everybody had a great Saturday, and I hope we're wrapping it up for you with some wrestling talk. Other than Extreme Rules, we'll also go over the G1 as well. We'll touch on a little bit of Adam Cole talk. Alex, Dave, and I will touch a little bit on Adam Cole. Daniel Bryan as well, possibly maybe re-signing with the WWE. There's a little bit of rumors going around there. New Japan and ROH, Madison Square Garden news as well. Takahashi update, Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Bret Hart talking about Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame. Paul Heyman and the Mae Young Classic. Some of the people that will be involved in the Mae Young Classic have been announced. So, Dave, Alex, how are you doing tonight?
Good, guys.
Especially Alex, how are you doing after watching G1 and seeing Mr. Golden Lover Boy Okada get destroyed by Jay White?
What does he have to do with Golden Lover?
No, Golden Boy. Golden Boy.
Oh, they say Golden Lover.
No, he's the golden boy of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
A lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We'll talk about it, but Jay White made some waves today.
Definitely. I heard he was the talk of New Japan after the show was over. So let's run through Extreme Rules first, since there's 12 matches on the card. It's going to be a lot to talk about. Did I say Golden Lover Boy? I am so sorry. I meant to say Golden Boy. So let's just run down through the matches. Let me get it up here. I had it on here. Let me get it up real quick. Where the hell did I put it? There it is. All right. So, like I said, there's 12 matches on the card and only about 3 matches that are actually extreme. We have Sin Cara versus Almas. We have New Day versus Sanity in a tables match. The only actual Extreme Rules match, which is the match that nobody actually gives a fuck about, and that is Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. And don't forget, everybody, Ronda Rousey will be in attendance. We have AJ Styles versus Rusev, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt, the Woken Lovers, taking on the B team. Carmella and Asuka for the Women's Championship. Don't forget, James Ellsworth will be in a shark cage above the ring. We have the Bludgeon Brothers taking on Team Hell No, Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, Iron Man match. We got Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, and last but not least, we have Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens inside a steel cage match. All right. We'll go with your guys' predictions first on who or what match will open up the show first. That's how we'll go, and then we'll go in order after that. So I want to go with you first, Alex. Which match you think will open up the show, and who do you have winning that match?
We're not talking about right?
I'm sorry?
We're not talking about the pre-show, right?
Not pre-show. We'll predict those, but I want to know which match opens up Extreme Rules.
You know what? I'm gonna go with I'll go with Jeff Hardy and Nakamura.
Okay. And who do you have winning that match?
I have Nakamura.
Wow. So you have a title change happen at Extreme Rules. You have Nakamura defeating a Jeff Hardy. Okay. Dave, what about you? Which match opens up Extreme Rules?
I think because it's going to be the longest match, it's going to be the Iron Man match, and Ziggler's keeping it by hook or crook.
Ziggler's keeping the IC championship. Okay, I agree with Dave. I think they're going to start it off hot, and they're going to go with Rollins and Ziggler. I think it's a smart way to do this match at the beginning, because if you possibly have shenanigans like an overtime or something else happen along that line to where the match lasts longer than the actual 30 minutes, I think, they'll be okay on time, and they can take time off another match if they have to. I think that will open, and I also agree with Dave. Ziggler will retain the IC title and move on. But Dave, since we're touching on the IC title match, and I'm going to get Alex's prediction next, do we see Dean Ambrose show up tomorrow night?
Oh, I don't see why. Unless they're jumping or something after the match.
Yeah.
And then make a save type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, why not? Or why not have Dean Ambrose come down and cost him the match or something? That'd be even better. But do we really want to go see Dean and Seth again? I don't know. Not really, but yeah. But it's Shield Monday, so, I mean, why not bring Ambrose back?
Shield Monday. Okay. What about you, Alex? Your prediction on the match, and do you see Dean Ambrose showing up tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'll go with Ziggler retaining. Like Dave said, there'll be shenanigans, especially with Drew at the side. I don't think Dean will come back tonight. I see him actually coming after SummerSlam.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'm going to say no on Dean Ambrose as well. Go ahead,
Alex,
Dave.
Does Dean Ambrose come back and they have this Shield lovey-dovey stuff all over again, or do we see something different?
I don't know if it's I think more than I want, but I would like to say Dean Ambrose comes back and just comes back as a heel.
Could Dean Ambrose come back as Ambrose is out until September? Hey, what's up, Justin? Still trying to get you in here, man. If they do bring back Dean Ambrose anytime after SummerSlam, before SummerSlam, or whenever they think he's ready, could Ambrose use the whole line that, he's the forgotten one? It's been all about Reigns and Rollins since he's been injured. It's Monday Night Rollins. It's Reigns getting all these title shots. And look at Dean Ambrose out injured. Nobody's talked about him. Nobody's cared. He could use that line. Hey, what's up, Alex? How you doing? Would you go for that as a heel turn, or do you want to see something different, Alex?
I would just take it because I've said for a long time Dean Ambrose is someone who really could use a heel turn, just a character change for about a year. So, yeah, I'll take it.
Because he is kind of the forgotten one, isn't he? He hasn't been mentioned much by either one of them, and not either by the commentators either.
So would you guys consider Dean Ambrose the Becky Lynch of the Shield?
Yes. That is a great comparison. I would definitely – Yeah, that is definitely – but the sad thing is, too, that Dean Ambrose has gotten more he had that title reign, right? Now he's only won his title once, correct?
Yeah.
And he didn't lost it to, I believe, AJ Styles, correct?
Yeah, he lost it.
And then hasn't been in the title picture since then.
Even
had a shit match against Brock Lesnar at a WrestleMania.
But
hey, what's up, Jody Mania? How you doing?
That was bad.
Even when we go back when the Shield was first together, it seemed like the writing was on the wall that Dean Ambrose was going to be the guy who turned on the Shield.
Dean Ambrose seemed to be the odd man out. He always was the guy that was last on the food chain, if you know what I mean. Like, it was probably Reigns, obviously, and then it was Rollins, and then Ambrose.
Yeah, because Ambrose was never the guy that was seen like Reigns or like Rollins. Rollins is Triple H's guy and Reigns is Vince's guy. I mean, that's the way it seems, and Ambrose is kind of the odd man out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it seems to be. So we'll hopefully see Dean Ambrose back pretty soon, because as much as we may not want to see him and Rollins team up or the Shield reunion, he's much needed on Raw and definitely missed, I believe, as well. All right, so let's move on to another title match that is actually an Extreme Rules stipulation match. And if you don't remember, everybody, Ronda Rousey will be in attendance at Extreme Rules. Just in case you didn't remember after them announcing and telling everybody on Raw about what, several 10, 12, 15, 20 times that Ronda Rousey will be in the crowd during this match. And that's probably the only reason why they made this an Extreme Rules match. Dave, who do you have winning the title match at Extreme Rules?
Alexa Bliss somehow, I think Ronda's going to accidentally hit. We're going to see Tony's favorite comparison, kind of similar to Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart in the Undertaker in that SummerSlam match, where Ronda's going to mean to hit Alexa but hit Nia instead, and then she's going to keep the title. Then we're going to go into Ronda and Alexa Bliss in 30 seconds.
Right, Rouse is going to be a ringside. Yeah, exactly. I feel like they just told us this on Monday that she was going to be at ringside. It's crazy. Alex, your thoughts? What about you?
Yeah, I have Bliss winning this. Like Dave said, Rouse is going to get involved and probably cost Nia inadvertently. I would prefer if Rousey just destroys both of them and the match is like a no finish.
That would be great.
I honestly don't care about the match itself because, like you said, Rousey just being there kind of just overshadows any little interest you had to begin with.
Right, and yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I mean, Jesus Christ, WWE, could you make it any more damn obvious that she's going to get involved in this match? Like,
it was like when Goldberg sat ringside with Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar. You're like, okay,
yep.
Like, come on, man. Like, what do you expect us to not think she's not going to get involved in an Extreme Rules match when there's no disqualification, there's no rules? Like, seriously, come on. When you want Rousey versus Bliss is going to be fun just because of their one segment before she was suspended. If Rousey doesn't interfere, will you shave your beard? Oh, man, that's a risky bet.
Yeah, I mean, come on. His beard has been with him everywhere, through Fire Reigns, through everything. He's the Sami Callihan of Get the Tables. I mean, come on.
Exactly. I mean, you can't shave the beard, man.
Hair
shave the beard. Hair versus Rousey interfering at Extreme Rules. Oh, imagine that. You want his beard or take him off the host chair. Damn, look at Red Sox fan. Just don't forget where SummerSlam's at, because I want to kick your ass. All right, so we all have Alexa Bliss retaining. We all have Rousey interfering in some ways. And don't forget, everybody, just don't forget, Rousey is going to be in live, front row, center, going to be there, probably shown on camera more than the fucking match. So be ready, everybody. All right, so let's move on to the two pre-show matches, which is Sin Cara versus Almas, and then the tables match versus Sanity and the New Day. We'll go with the Almas and Sin Cara match first.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know about that.
Your boy on the pre-show, your thoughts. You happy?
Yeah, I mean, it is the pre-show, but then again, sort of...
No shit, bookworms. I'm sorry, Alex.
That's fine. Then again, sort of the New Day and Sandy, so as long as Almas on the card. I hope these two get time, though. Like, I love what I saw on SmackDown, so if it's a good match, I'm okay with it.
I hope they get a decent amount of time as well, because these two guys can put on a good match. And I did not know Sin Cara is 41 years old.
Right?
Not surprised.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know he was that old. All right, so you have Almas winning.
Yep.
Dave?
I didn't know this match was even on the pre-show. I didn't know it was on Sunday at all, but is it a normal match?
Normal match, correct.
Yeah. Please don't screw this up, WWE, please. Don't go the route that you know you want to go. Don't make Sin Cara get a win. Please don't. I mean, come on, don't go that route. We're all thinking that, are they really going to do the whole, Sin Cara wins? I mean, he did beat Constable Corbin.
No, that's right, he did. He did beat Constable Corbin. That is true. I'd be shocked if Sin Cara gets the win over Almas. But you're right, they have done this shit before. They have done this before. Bookworms, don't forget to hit the follow button. If you have anybody else that loves wrestling as well, hit the share. We would love to get more people in here as well. There's currently 35, 34 people live viewers right now. I appreciate you being one of them, asshole. All right, continue on. You have On the Swing. I believe I do as well. Let's go to the next match that is on the pre-show, and hopefully we'll cross our fingers that Sanity picks up the win. This is an easy match to make. The New Day lose, and that looks weak or whatever have you. It is a tables match, so anything can happen. Dave, your thoughts, your prediction?
I hope Sanity wins. That's all my thoughts or predictions are. I just hope Sanity wins.
Yeah, they
need this. Is this really the best thing you can freaking do? Come in a wrestling chat and just bash it? Really? That's all you're going to do?
Hey, let him do what he has to do. All these people will know what they have. And soon I can block him, and then he'll probably come back in and add to our viewer. So that it just helps us out. What about you, Alex? Sanity finally get a win?
Yeah, so I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Oh, shit.
Nikki
All right.
is going to show up and give Sandy the win by putting he's going to splash on one of them through the table. He's done it before.
That would be awesome, man. Imagine if she did show up. Man, the crowd would go insane.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. Screw it. But I do have Sandy winning regardless.
Oh, man. Sanity needs this win so desperately, man. And the way they've been booking him on SmackDown Live has been so funky. And I just hope that they don't screw up Sanity. I remember when they got drafted to SmackDown Live, how excited we were. And we thought, man, they were going to get this strong build and maybe even possibly win the SmackDown Live tag team titles. And it kind of started with Nikki Cross not joining them, being the kind of the down part of it. And then it kind of just them losing their first match on SmackDown. And then they haven't really been booked to our liking, at least. So hopefully after Extreme Rules, maybe they start getting booked a little bit better. And they did. And after a win, hopefully at Extreme Rules. And Nikki Cross hopefully showing up as well. Dave, do you have her showing up?
This would be the spot to do it. It really would. That would be the perfect spot to have Nikki Cross in.
Yeah, and I think the crowd would be that would go insane if that happened.
You could easily add Naomi to this too, but please. I mean, I almost don't think they're gonna win anyway. It's like, so what's the point? It's like they've already screwed up Sanity booking wise. I mean, like, what the hell? They lost twice on TV.
Yeah.
They were dominant in NXT. I mean, yeah, they did lose some in NXT, but man, why can't Triple H just be controlling all the booking of the guys he brings up? I mean, seriously.
What happened to Chad Gable? He's stuck in no man's land on Raw. And we're going to touch on Chad Gable here in a little bit. Speaking of Chad Gable, that's crazy that you mentioned him.
On Main Event.
Yeah, on Main Event. All right, so we're live on YouTube, Red Sox fan. We're here, I believe, right? Yeah, we're live. All right, so let's move on to the next match. I know Alex and Dave are looking for it. They told me personally, they messaged me on Twitter yesterday, and they said, this match right here is probably going to be match of the night. And that is Carmella versus Asuka for the Women's SmackDown Championship with James Ellsworth suspended above the ring in a shark cage. So, Dave, this 5-star match, who do you have winning?
Man, if Asuka doesn't win, just tell her to leave.
Right.
just put in for your release, wait your 90 days, and go back to Japan and Stardom. Go back there. Don't even come back. I mean, geez. Because if she loses clean, even if it's not clean, even Ellsworth somehow breaks out of the start cage, which he probably will, and costs her the match or does something.
You know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Booking 101. What happens in fucking shark cage matches? Ellsworth's going to be hiding something in his pocket, and he's going to drop it to Carmella. Asuka's going to end up picking it up, and we're all going to think Asuka's going to hit it with her, and then somehow Carmella's going to take advantage of it and get the win. So we all know Ellsworth is dropping something out of his pocket to Carmella tomorrow night. It's a guarantee.
Well, it won't be
who do you got, Dave?
I'm never gonna ever say the word Carmella beats Asuka. I'm saying Asuka. I'm saying Asuka. She better win this. If she loses to Carmella again, I don't know what else to do. This WWE Women's Division is trash. On both Raw and SmackDown. They both suck.
Oh, dang. Jeez.
Kind of
Damn. Damn. All right. Cool down there, Dave. Drink a sip of water there. Cool down there. All right. So Asuka wins. All right. Hey, if you agree with them, that's fine with us, man. We're not biased towards WWE as much as Red Sox fan wants to troll. We're not biased towards WWE. We say, how we feel. All right. So Alex, what's up? What do you got?
I'll pick Asuka like Dave's reason, because if I say irregardless if Carmella wins, I'm going to be pissed tomorrow anyways. So let's just say Asuka.
I got Carmella, and Ellsworth is definitely helping her win tomorrow night.
So can this be like a title versus career match?
Oh, Jesus. Damn. Y'all want Asuka gone badly, huh? You want her gone and to do better things.
Well, she can book like shit.
It's not going through, Justin.
Honestly, guys, have I been wrong about what I've said since WrestleMania night? So far, at least. If she wins
I'm getting your predictions though.
If she wins tomorrow, obviously, okay, but as of right now, I am not convinced.
Yeah. Unless they're saving her for the big move to Fox, and then maybe they start building her that way. I don't know.
So wait. That's interesting.
Get the Tables podcast on YouTube. The J Man. I'm sorry.
Will Carmella get a reaction tomorrow?
Probably not.
You didn't get one of Money in the Bank.
She hasn't gotten. I don't think she's gotten. She hasn't really gotten a big heel crowd reaction since the first run with Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Ever since Ellsworth left and went on to do whatever he did, is when Carmella started losing steam. And then they noticed it, and they're like, shit, we got to bring back Ellsworth. And then they bring back Ellsworth, and they're like,
too late.
Motherfuckers, we don't like Carmella as champ. It ain't working. Jeez. They don't want Carmella. They don't believe her as a credible champ. They don't believe her as a credible heel. They have done nothing for her to make her have any type of sort of heat on her. The best time they ever made Carmella look decent or even credible is when she attacked, what was it, Nikki Bella on a Talking Smack. Yeah. That was it. All right, that's enough about talking about fucking Carmella. All right, let's move on to Dave real quick. Who do you got, Nakamura or Jeff Hardy?
Oh, Nakamura all day.
Yeah, I believe that we'll see a title change right there with Nakamura winning.
What if?
I'm sorry?
Then what the fuck? Let him go too. Let him and Asuka get a plane back to Japan. They can carpool or whatever you want. I don't really carpool.
Do we hear barking chants or any type of dog reference from the crowd tomorrow night?
Maybe from the announcers.
A wolf chant, maybe.
A lot of howling, maybe.
I could see Corey putting something like he just took a bite out of him or something like that.
Corey will do one.
Corey will definitely throw a couple of jabs out there. I'm looking forward to it. So, all right, let's next match. Another match I'm sure everybody is excited to see, and that is the Woken Lovers taking on the B Team for the Tag Team Raw Championships. Alex, who do you got?
I actually have the Woken Lovers retaining.
Woken Lovers retaining the Tag Team Championships. Dave?
I don't even care, honestly. But sure, the Woken Lovers. I mean, this is the worst tag title match I've ever seen on a pay-per-view. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, I saw that Corey shirt, the Shut Up Saxton shirt. That's good. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
I don't even care. What if, like you said, what if Nakamura loses? What if the B Team wins? That should be a bigger question. I mean,
they are going to win.
They're going to win now. You going to put your beard on the line for that?
I would not, but they're gonna win. They're gonna win, definitely. They're gonna
I mean,
they're gonna
the
run
Roman,
who's hot right now, and that's the B team. They're getting the crowd reaction. They want to sell them damn B team shirts. You know that. Come on, man.
no one's buying them.
Hey, you don't know that. Yes, I really want my beard. I would never bet anything on wrestling unless it's maybe Roman Reigns related. That's
Yeah, he's
probably
gonna
it.
never.
That's probably it. And y'all guys know why. All right, so Alex, Woken Lovers, Dave, Woken Lovers, Justin said B team, and I also have the B team winning the tag team championship. All right, so let's go move on to the next tag team championships, which is the Bludgeon Brothers taking on Team Hell No for the SmackDown Live tag team titles. Dave, what do you got?
I think because all the rumors going around, and it's going to happen. So probably the Bludgeon Brothers some way because Kane's going to turn on Bryan. Well, the rumors going around about Kane and Bryan at SummerSlam. Hey, I would be rooting for Team Hell No to win the titles, but what do they say? It's either going to be the Miz or Kane for Bryan at SummerSlam. So if they're going to hold off on Miz and Bryan, then it'll probably be Kane and Bryan at SummerSlam.
I mean, that's exactly what I want to see. When they said Daniel Bryan is starting to wrestle back, and they said he's going to probably wrestle at SummerSlam, and I thought to myself, man, I want to see Daniel Bryan wrestle Kane at SummerSlam. That's the match I want to see Daniel Bryan in. Not, possibly AJ Styles or maybe a Jeff Hardy, or the list goes on possible names that he could face at SummerSlam on the SmackDown Live roster. But no, let's throw him against Kane. That's a great match right there.
But you could look at it like another way too. They're tying up loose end storylines when Daniel Bryan was the GM. If you want to look at it, Kane was one of them. Let's not forget he chokeslammed him supposedly in the dark in the GM Raw office. So you can say they're tying up this storyline here with that, them getting Bryan kind of getting his revenge on all that stuff, when all the stuff Kane did to him after his injury too, because they never really had a match, I don't think, after he came back. They never went anywhere with Kane and Bryan, I don't believe. But, I mean, they could do something with that, and then WrestleMania comes around, you got Miz and Daniel. That's maybe they don't want to give Miz and Bryan away if he's not re-signed to a new contract. That's why they're going Kane.
I agree with you. Maybe they're going to wait probably on Miz and Daniel Bryan, and I'm fine with that, but don't give us fucking Kane. They're giving us Kane on SmackDown. You know who we're not getting on SmackDown Live because of that? Samoa Joe. If you haven't noticed, Samoa Joe hasn't been on SmackDown in like the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Nope, they're saving him for SummerSlam, I hope.
And you know why? Because they probably have nothing for him to do. But yet they can fucking reunite Team Hell No like that.
Well, or they're saving Joe and keeping him off TV to have him challenge Joe or AJ for SummerSlam.
Including the Bar, exactly, Alice. You're absolutely correct. The Bar hasn't been on TV as well. All right, Alex, what do you got?
Man, just real quick, the fact that Cesaro has not been on TV has been just a shame. I don't even know at this point. I'll go with the Bludgeon Brothers. I think like you guys said, Kane and Daniel Bryan are gonna have some conflict. I don't know about the Miz interfering, just because, like you guys said, like if they are trying to close loose ends and hold it off. I think the Bludgeon Brothers win, and it's just Bryan and Kane fighting with each other. Even though I don't want to see that, though.
But, I mean, if they went the other way, this would be huge because people would love this if they won the tag titles, too.
I don't know, man. I'd rather see other tag teams get a shot other than just a random particular team that's probably going to break up in a month,
Yeah, well, they're not just a random team, but, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. But if you're going to, like you were talking about with the B team, if you're going to go with what's hot, Team Hell No is hot right now.
True. I would go with Team Hell No, but I have the B team winning, so I don't think they'll change both titles. So I'm going to go with the Bludgeon Brothers as well. All right. Let's go to Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. I think this is a very easy match to predict. Alex, your prediction?
Yeah, Braun's killing Kevin. I think he's going to do the power slam Kevin Owens through the cage like how he did with the Big Show a while back. And it's probably going to end like that. Or I think that's how it's going to happen. I think Braun's going to power slam Kevin Owens through the cage, and Kevin Owens lands on the ground, but he's dead pretty much. Because Kevin Owens is a hero.
So basically, Kevin Owens dies tomorrow night.
Yeah, but I think Kevin Owens will win just because of some way.
You're whack for coming in here and just typing in all caps, man. I don't want to see that shit. All right, Dave?
I agree with Alex, but I think what we're going to see is similar to what happened at the Greatest Royal Rumble, where he's going to be laying Kevin Owens just laying on the cage, and then Braun's just going to walk right out and win because they're going to say, oh, no, his feet didn't touch yet. I think we'll see something like that. Well, he's going through the cage no matter what, or over the cage. Who knows? Braun just might take him and heave him over the cage.
He's going to punt him out of the cage into the crowd. That's what Strowman's going to do. Strowman will beat Kevin Owens, and don't expect this match to be that very long. I wouldn't be surprised if they took time off this match and put it into maybe if there's shenanigans in the Iron Man match.
Gotta feel bad for Kevin.
No, not you, J-Man. I'm sorry?
You gotta feel bad for Kevin Owens.
Yep.
Yeah, but he did just sign an extension, so you can't feel too bad for him. He knows what he's getting into.
Yeah, but he's not getting doing anything good on the show. It's like he's doing nothing right now. He's getting destroyed by Braun Strowman just so it's time for him to win the title. That's all he's doing. That's why they have him with Braun right now. I mean, and after that, what are they going to do with Kevin Owens? Probably nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Next, excuse me, we have Finn Balor taking on Constable Corbin.
Okay.
Dave?
Why is this on the pre-show?
Because it's Constable Corbin, man. That's why. That's why, man. You have to have Constable Corbin on the main show. Dave, what do you got?
Oh, man, this is a bathroom breaker written all over it. I guess Finn, you think would have to win this, but who knows? I guess I'll say Finn just because you would think he's taken the loss the last few times on TV, so you would think he would actually get the win.
Alex, I know how you're excited for this one.
Can't believe I'm saying this. I think Constable Corbin is winning.
I have to agree. Corbin wins.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, Finn Balor, that I jinxed you, my friend. Like, I totally destroyed your WWE 2018 career when I said that it looked like WWE had you on the right path. And I am so sorry that I ruined this for you.
You know what's really sad about this? Is that everyone gives all this talk about Seth Rollins being the greatest wrestler in the world, Monday Night Rollins. If Finn Balor was booked half as good as Rollins is right now, he would be the same guy in the same discussion, if not better.
Booking does a long thing, I agree.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It definitely does. All right, everybody. There's only 2 matches left. And that's the world title match, and then the match that is actually main eventing Extreme Rules, and that is Roman Reigns taking on Bobby Lashley. Yes, main eventing Extreme Rules. The title match is not main eventing. So let's go with the co-main event, which is AJ Styles taking on Rusev for the SmackDown Live World Championship. Alex, who do you got?
AJ.
Dave?
Rusev Day doesn't want none. But, yeah, it's going to be a good match, though, I think. Underrated match, but, yeah, I think it'll be good. And people talk, it's not really being booked that well either. Comparison all the time that Bobby Lashley and Reigns are getting, Rollins and Ziggler as well. It's not really high priority on WWE really putting this match over a lot. So, yeah, but I think it'd be a good match. It could be the match that almost steals the show next to, I'm sure the Iron Man match would be really good, but this match could be right up there.
Yeah, this is definitely Rusev's biggest match since WrestleMania versus John Cena. It's against AJ Styles, so you're going to expect a good match. I do think Styles retains easily. I don't think anybody thinks actually AJ Styles is going to lose. This is definitely just a transition match for Styles to whoever else he faces in his next coming feud. So that should be very interesting. At least maybe Aiden gets involved. We'll see. It's definitely going to be an interesting match for sure. But I saw Justin said that he thinks Rusev wins. I would be absolutely shocked if Rusev pulls off the victory.
Yeah, well, he kind of hates AJ Styles anyway.
Yeah, that is very true. All right, main event tomorrow night. We got Bobby Lashley taking on Roman Reigns. We got, Bob Lashley taking on Roman Reigns. Alex, I know Alex has been in the chat, everybody, just boosting up this main event, how he's so excited to see this match. And you'll tell by the sound of his voice how excited he is for this main event on Raw. I'm sorry, on Extreme Rules Sunday night. Go ahead.
I'll be different. I'll say Bob.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy just said Bobby Lashley is going to be Roman Reigns.
I don't think I'll be happy tomorrow regardless, so let me just be different. Bob. I'll stick with Bob.
Who's producing the match? Biggest question. Oh. Very, very true. I mean, very good question. Man, I hope it's Tyson Kidd, because I wonder how Tyson Kidd could book a Roman Reigns and a Bobby Lashley match. But definitely Vince McMahon is booking this fucking match. That is very true, Alex. I agree with you. Quick question for you, Alex. Do you think that since it's not an Extreme Rules match technically, do you still think that it'll get extreme? Maybe not weapons involved, but the outside being involved, tables, barriers, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see at least two big spear spots, either through the barricade or through the table.
Do you think the crowd will shit on this match? DX asked in the chat room.
I think if they allow Roman and Bobby to go extreme, I think they'll show the match, but then get into it if it's really entertaining, you know.
Could they have do you think to make this match good or extremely entertaining that they have to make it kind of extreme where they go outside, tables, go into the crowd, stuff like that?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Look at how Bobby Lashley's been booked the whole year. I mean, since he's been here, like we've seen him in wrestling matches, and the way he's booked, he gets little to no reaction as it is. You need him to do, all puns intended, something extreme to really turn it around for him, in my opinion.
Okay, Dave, your thoughts? What about you?
No, where is this pay-per-view? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait. Go ahead, Alex.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think we could all say Roman works best when you have like a stipulation, you know, because we could do those big spots.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Dave, what about you?
I think a lot of this depends on where is this pay-per-view at. Do we know?
Pittsburgh.
See, that's going to be a tough one. So, because I'm not sure if they're really a huge diehard crowd like you would get in Chicago or New Orleans type thing. I don't know.
Justin LaBar's from Pittsburgh, and he already says it's going to be a pretty smart crowd. Okay,
so they could just shit all over this match, or it could be all pro Bobby Lashley. And if that happens and he loses, this crowd's riot. I mean, it probably will riot, but I'm going to be just like Alex, and we need something different, W. We need some change. We don't need to see Brock and Roman for the 1 millionth time. Who knows? I'm probably wrong on the exact number. It's probably more than 1 million, but we don't need this match again. Give us something different. Give us Bobby Lashley, not Bob Lashley, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, that would be good. Bobby Lashley wins and Strowman cashes in. There you go.
All right, time out. Architect was out of town, so he doesn't know the whole info on the screen. All right, this blue light, it currently says live now, but it's so bright you cannot see it. But I just kept it part of the show until I get some more lighting in the background fixed up. So that's there. If you don't like it, Architect, I'm sorry. Yeah, the cutting a Taker entrance. That's very funny. I'm trying to get some more stuff added, but yeah, I'm just keeping the light. It's helped with the viewers, I think. That's why I think we have 34 viewers, because they love the blue light in the background. So you have who winning tomorrow night? Alex?
Bobby Lashley.
Architect, I hope you're on the bus a little bit later on tonight. All right, yeah, Bobby. Wow, two Bobby Lashley. What the fuck is going on? Are y'all drunk?
I'm trying to make this pay-per-view
Alex, did you hit the bar up before the show tonight? Because you just said Bobby Lashley is beating Roman Reigns tomorrow night.
I'm trying to make Extreme Rules as exciting as possible. That's all it is. But yeah, I mean, I obviously wouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna go with Bobby. Screw it.
I like Bobby as well. Especially better than Roman. I mean, do we really want to see Brock and Roman again? I mean, does he see how people react to him? And especially, what if the crowd does this shit on this match and just start chanting a bunch of different shit, boring and all that during this match? It's going to be just like Backlash.
So
where everyone... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We get a walkout tomorrow.
Oh my god! I mean, that's like I said. That's the only way Vince will open his eyes up is if the crowd walked out of a match with Roman Reigns main event.
No, he wouldn't.
I think
he already has their money.
I think you're right. If maybe one night, but if it happened on a consistent basis, where people would show up, yeah, because you're still showing up to the show. He may not even give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, because Alex, weren't you at Backlash?
Yeah.
Weren't people walking out of Backlash?
A good amount of people were walking out. Yeah, man.
I mean, they don't care. Exactly. Bobarooski's right. They have your money. They don't care. You already bought a ticket. They already sold tickets. Vince McMahon could have Roman Reigns open the show, have another match in the middle of the show, and have a match at the end of the show. And you know what? There's nothing you can fucking do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Because
Vince can do that.
You know, because really, what's getting people to go to this show, really? To see Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan wrestling. That's one of the key ones, I think, in my opinion. Seth Rollins and Ziggler, seeing AJ Styles and Big Pop Rusev Day. And that's why people are going to this show. They're not going to see Roman Reigns and Lashley, and that's going to be what the main event's the stupid show, probably. And then people are going to be pissed off about it and saying, why isn't, like, I agree, why the WWE Championship should at least main event one freaking pay-per-view Brock isn't on. And if Roman main events, it's his, what do they say, 27th main event since he's been there?
Yeah, we're talking about the Mae Young's Classic Red Sox. After the Extreme Rules, we're almost done with the predictions. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Roman Reigns wins easily. I got France tomorrow night, easily, or tomorrow. France should win. They should win against Croatia. Way better talent, but you never know. We never know. I'm just, I was asking to they have way better talent, though. What's up, Chris? How you doing tonight? All right. More questions, and then we'll wrap up this prediction and move on to other things. Dave, sleeper match of the night.
I said it, I think, Tuesday night. I'm sticking with it. My sleeper match is going to be Jeff Hardy and Nakamura is my sleeper match.
All right, Alex?
I think AJ and Rusev.
Sleeper match of the night. All right, I'm going to go sleeper match of the night. I think it's going to happen on the pre-show. It's easy to say Ziggler and Rollins because they're going to get 30 minutes. That's going to be easy. That probably will be our prediction for match of the night. But I think sleeper match of the night, I'm going to go with Almas and Sin Cara.
Word.
On the pre-show. A lot of people may not even see this match. Thank you for the super hearts, Juanito. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, man. Don't forget, everybody, if you feel like you want to help us in any shape or form, thank you, Bliss. How you doing tonight, dude? We're about 40,000 away super hearts from being a super broadcaster. We would really love to hit that mark on Periscope. So if you have some extra funds and would love to donate us, that would be the best way to do it through the super heart. So I really do appreciate it. I'm actually surprised Budweiser isn't here tonight. So if you guys don't mind sharing the broadcast, just in case none of y'all got the notifications, because Periscope's messing up on my end. I don't even see who's in the chat room. So thank you guys for chatting with us. All right. Match of the night, Dave.
I mean, I think everyone's gonna say Ziggler and Rollins just because they get
Other
the
than other than
Okay.
the Meyerman match.
Oh, that's me. I guess I would have to go. This is tough. I guess I'll go with AJ and Rusev just because I think they'll have a good match. I just can't. I'm trying to think of all the match. Oh no, wait. It's got to be Corbin and Balor, right? No,
Right, yeah, right. That's got to be it.
I'm sticking with AJ and Rusev, I guess.
All right, Alex.
You guys are crazy, bro. Mela is money.
Right? How the fuck did you right? Match of the night is definitely Carmella Asuka. I mean,
I'm gonna go with Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke.
Yeah, I think that'll be really good.
I think Dave Meltzer might do a new star rating after Asuka and Carmella, and that's 8 stars. I'm gonna do, other than the Iron Man match,
get 8 stars.
8 stars. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley. I think they're gonna shock a lot of folks.
Okay.
I think like what we predicted about them going into the crowd and getting other stuff involved. I think that'll be.
They're gonna shock the crowd because it's gonna be an empty arena match.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's move on to other things. All right. So it's been a year, I believe, since the Cruiserweight Classic. Am I correct on that?
Yep. Yep.
We had some notable names that was in this Cruiserweight Classic, such as Tozawa, Gallagher. Let me see who else was in there. Gallagher. Excuse me. Noam Dar. We had Ibushi was in this. Who else was in there? T.J. Perkins, Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, Brian Kendrick, and Rich Swann, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Drew Gulak. That's pretty much the most notable names here. No, I'm not drunk on this Cruiserweight Classic. So, Dave, you looked over the list. I sent y'all the picture of it. Out of all those people that I named, who's had the most success since the Cruiserweight Classic?
Well, if you look at it from 2 different... Can you hear me?
Yes.
If you look at it from 2 different ways, like if you want to look at who's had the most success in the WWE, then you can go Ciampa and Gargano, really. But if you look at it outside of the WWE, now Alex can confirm or deny this. I don't know, because he watched a lot more of the Japan stuff. But I would go, if you're going outside WWE, he had the most success out of this classic. I mean, I would say Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alex, you agree?
Yeah, Zach did well. I would say definitely Ciampa or Gargano, but I guess when you think about it, Cedric's really the only guy there that's won a title since the tournament, right?
Yeah, but
Correct.
No one cares.
No, I agree, but like just from like the fact that like when you think about who's actually gotten it.
Oh no, because TJP won the first one, didn't he? Win the thing last year?
Yeah, that shows you how much I remember.
And Rich Swann was in it, and he won the title. Brian Kendrick won the title.
Yeah, but Cedric, as of right now, like when you see how 205 is being booked and who's relevant, I would still say Cedric.
I would say Ciampa Gargano more relevant than Cedric right now.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll go Gargano. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, Zack Sabre's definitely the most successful outside WWE. Inside WWE, you probably have to go Ciampa or Gargano. I would say Ciampa because he's he's elevated his character to another level, I think. To a level I didn't think we would see out of Ciampa when he first came to the WWE.
Out of WWE wise, he's really the only guy from that tournament to actually put himself in a world title shot. So no one else has. I mean, I know they've said that Zack Sabre Jr. has beaten a lot of people this past year. So, I mean, a lot of big names. So, I mean, yeah, that's why I would say Zack Sabre Jr. just because outside of the WWE, and that's even harder to make a name for yourself, honestly, because all the guys who were in the tournament, I mean, he was Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. were the two guys everyone circled. Like, those are the two guys we want to see in the finals and fight each other. Those are the two guys we're all watching. Like, me and Justin both said we were looking forward to Kota Ibushi because we both knew who he was. And Tony's the one who told us about, man, watch out for Zack Sabre Jr. He's really fun. And, yeah, those were the two guys, all of us last year, me, Justin, and Tony, were all circling, watching, wanted to see those two guys in the finals and saying those two guys are going to have the best matches. And Kota and Alexander had a great match.
Yep. All right. So also WWE came out with who is the most underrated superstar in the WWE. So I asked Alex and Dave their opinion on this, as well as Justin. They had Becky Lynch, Elias, Ruby Riott, Chad Gable, Sonya Deville, and Mustafa Ali. And my question was to them, if neither of those six were one of your picks, who did they leave off? So, Alex, do you agree with the six, and do you have a pick, or is there someone that they left off?
Oh, I mean, they left off a bunch of people. I mean, Cesaro will always be on the most underrated lists for me. But out of those six, I would say Becky, but she already won the title at least. I'd go with Chad Gable. I think Chad Gable is extremely underrated.
Definitely, I agree with you. What about you, Dave?
I do agree that Chad Gable's underrated. I don't think Ruby Riott's underrated because it seems like they're really high on her. I don't think she's underrated at all. I really don't, because I think they're high on Ruby Riott, but I don't see how she's underrated because she's been booked in all these big matches. I mean, if you want to put someone from that group as underrated, I would say Liv Morgan is from that group is underrated, not Ruby Riott. But yeah, I mean that list. Is there someone on it or not on it? Yeah, I think there's a lot of people not on it. If you want to go the 205 Live route even, I think Drew Gulak is very underrated.
Yeah.
Someone like that. I mean, and like you said, Cesaro is underrated as well, too. I mean, there's so many guys on Raw and SmackDown. Ty Dillinger. How about Ty Dillinger? He's really underrated. He never even gets on TV. That's another guy who's underrated.
Oh, you know who else? Tyler Breeze is underrated.
Yes. And he's really good, too. Yeah, I completely agree.
I agree with you on that.
I mean, there's so many guys you could look through the whole roster of Raw and SmackDown both who just aren't used who are really good. I mean, it's tough. I don't agree with their list. No, I do think Chad Gable. I don't really think Chad Gable's underrated. They know he's good. They just don't have really nothing to do with him. I really don't think he's underrated, though, because they know he's really good. I mean, obviously.
Okay, all right. So let's touch on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan recently had an interview with the Business Times, and they asked him about changing his in-ring style and the chances of him resigning with the WWE once his current contract expires. They said the wrestling world is an interesting world right now, but I love working with the WWE, and my wife, Brie Bella, is a part of WWE as well, and so there's a good chance I'll resign with the WWE. If a younger superstar has ever go to him for advice, he just told him about Andrade Almas asking him about some advice. But yeah, it looks like, I don't know if this is just maybe a smoke screen, but Daniel Bryan kind of pretty much saying that chances of him resigning with the WWE are pretty good. Alex, your thoughts? Do you want to see Daniel Bryan continue in the WWE, or were you kind of maybe a little bit hoping that he was going to leave and try stuff elsewhere?
Well, it depends on how they're going to book him now that they know he's going to, if he does sign. I do think he's going to resign. I think he's already announced for that big Australia super event thing, which is after his contract anyways. I think if they handle him right now that they know that he'll be there a long time, I'm okay with it. I want to see Bryan back as champion by WrestleMania. He's too special.
Yes, Michael Berry. Thank you, Alice, for the compliment on my shirt. After he got cleared, there was no doubt he would sign. Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. What about you, Dave? Your thoughts?
Yeah, keyword Alex said special. Because, Vince cannot afford, and I'm saying Vince and WWE cannot afford to lose Daniel Bryan to the Indies, to New Japan, ROH, wherever, because he would be the hottest commodity. Everyone would be gunning for Daniel Bryan. So you better pay Daniel Bryan and do whatever you want to make him happy, wherever you can, because if he goes somewhere else, I mean, they're going to blow up even bigger. I mean, can you imagine Wrestle Kingdom next year with Bryan, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson?
Shit, man.
Their site would crash.
And Vince already's pissed about Madison Square Garden given the Ring of Honor New Japan booking anyways, so I don't think he wants any more competition from that.
Basically, at this point, Bryan is a small man face of WWE, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's the most people. Rollins fans are going to disagree with me, but in my opinion, I'm a big Daniel Bryan fan. But I think Daniel Bryan is the most over superstar in the WWE right now.
He's at least one of them, that's for sure. So, according to WrestlingNews.com, the reason for this is, fans may not have noticed that WWE Raw superstars Bayley and Sasha Banks are not currently scheduled for this weekend's Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Well, no fucking shit. According to WrestlingNews.com, the reason for this is because WWE officials want to wait and save their match for next month's SummerSlam pay-per-view. WWE officials are also talking about capitalizing on their past wars in NXT for their current rivalry, specifically the matches that they had at the NXT TakeOver event in the weeks leading up to SummerSlam. It's possible that their NXT history will be mentioned quite a bit on television. Your thoughts, Alex?
Nothing really to say.
Oh, just probably like what everybody else said. Thinks. Who gives a shit? Dave?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to be positive. Like, I'm not trying to like dismiss the news. It's just like you said, it's been talked about. Nothing else new to add to it.
Not taking calls tonight, Mikey Knox. Sorry. Paul Heyman working as a writer in the WWE. Paul Heyman reportedly worked as a writer for WWE Monday Night Raw and was crucial in writing their segment between Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. According to Fightful.com, Heyman was listed as a writer on the production sheet for Raw and was also listed as a road writer, implying the former ECW owner will travel with the company in his new role. Despite this week's Raw receiving the lowest viewership in Raw's history, it is believed Heyman will revitalize the brand due to his prior experience writing for WWE television. So,
Bring
Alex,
back the vampire.
Are you excited, Alex? Are you excited for Paul Heyman back as a writer for WWE? Thank you for the super art, Frankie the Pug. Really appreciate that.
I like the idea that it's something different with Paul Heyman coming back. But again, if he's just another writer who has to do what Vince wants, will it really make much sense?
Exactly what I was going to say. It doesn't matter who the writer is. I mean, you could have J.K. Rowling writing Raw and SmackDown, and it doesn't matter because Vince McMahon, if he doesn't like it, it's going to change. Vince has to approve everything, and yes, that was a Harry Potter reference.
All right, so that is that. All right, Mae Young Classic, everybody. I know everybody's excited for the Mae Young Classic. A couple of names have been announced for the Mae Young Classic. We have Lo Shirai, right? Is it Lo Shirai or it's Lo Shirai, correct? Who signed with the company at a live event in Tokyo, is an established icon in Japan, winning several championships and being named top female wrestler 3 years running by the Tokyo Sports newspaper. Joining her is Katie Catanzaro. How do you say her last name?
Casey Catanzaro or whatever.
Yeah, who is best known for her appearance on American Ninja Warrior and for her being listed in Sports Illustrated's Fittest 50. Ginny is a newcomer being less than 3 years into her career. Despite this, the London-born star has appeared at Progress Wrestling and is this first female graduate of the Progress Wrestling School. A 12-year veteran from Vancouver, Nicole Matthews, has faced such as Asuka, Becky Lynch, as well as Performance Center trainer Sarah Del Rey. Who else was also Caitlyn will make an debut
Return?
with or return, I should say, from retirement. And is joining the Mae Young Classic as well. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, Ripley. I forgot who was it. What's her first name?
Oh, was she in it last year?
She was in it last year. Is it Rhea Ripley? No.
Something like that. It's something Ripley. It is Ripley.
Yeah, there you go. Rhea Ripley, yes. And remember, she was one of the youngest competitors in the Mae Young Classic. So she was also announced for it as well. So, Alex, your thoughts on the Mae Young Classic contestants so far?
It's a good lineup. I think those 7 competitors will serve as a nice serving plate for Io Shirai. So, yeah. No, it should be good. I kind of like that Caitlyn, if she is coming back, she's not coming back to, like, the main roster just to get, like, a half-ass pop. Like, you kind of put her back in the Mae Young, let us see what she can do since being gone.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, this is what they get for not signing some of the best women out there that they had last year. I mean, yeah, you get stuck with Caitlyn. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't think she was really that good anyway. I mean, whatever. But, I mean, I was never a big fan of hers. But, yeah, you had a chance to have Tessa Blanchard, Rachel Ellering. I mean, but nope. You decided to not sign them and then get stuck with Caitlyn. I mean, come on. That's your big draw for this thing? Actually, it's not. But, I mean, the one person I think everyone wants to see is Lois Shirai. I think I said her name right. Hopefully. Okay. Yeah, I've watched some of her matches. Man, if you haven't seen her matches, you need to go check it out because she is fun to watch. She really is.
I know Alex has ranted and raved about her, so I'm very looking forward to seeing the Mae Young Classic with her involved. All right, so we all heard about the news over the week. ROH and New Japan are proud to announce that on April 6th, 2019, the companies will join forces to present the Ultimate Wrestling event G1 Supercard to the fans from around the world, live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. This event will be taking place on the same day as NXT TakeOver and the day before WrestleMania 35.
Oh.
So I'm going to go with Alex first here. Next year, April 6th, 2019, what show are you watching, my friend?
Oh, I'm still going to watch NXT, man. I didn't watch the ROH Supercard. I still feel like I'm going to end up watching the TakeOver one first. It's just
which match, if they made it, would make you not watch NXT? Would it just be maybe Ibushi versus Omega, the whole full circle come into play, or what match would make you not watch NXT TakeOver?
I don't think it would be one match. I think it has to be just like a stat. If you give me a stat card, like whatever TakeOver,
I don't know.
Three matches that would make you tune into that over TakeOver.
I can name one.
Go for it.
Jay White versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP title.
Fuck it. That would be a great match.
I know, right? I mean, if that's the match for WrestleMania weekend, man, I might want to watch that instead of TakeOver.
I think Triple H is going to hire every person around the world.
This is going to probably be the biggest takeover ever. Ever. Like,
do you think Vince is bothered by this, that Madison Square Garden gave the booking?
I'm going to touch on that after this because I have a little bit of news on that as well. But do you see Triple H pulling the guns out? This is probably going to be the biggest takeover ever.
Yeah, because look what we saw in New Orleans. I definitely think he's going to go all out.
Yeah, I mean, and just think, the rumors have been out there that they're going to offer Cody, Young Bucks, and Kenny a contract at the end of this year. So if any of them take that deal and they're at NXT TakeOver or even at WrestleMania that weekend, I mean, man, that would destroy everything. And that's why Vince doesn't want to look back to Daniel. I'm kind of rewinding back to Daniel Bryan, and that's why they don't want to lose Daniel Bryan, because right now they're dealing with Young Bucks, Cody, and Omega basically being the real competition for the WE right now, because they're drawing like crazy, all in, just a couple months away now. And if Brian was on that same circuit, he was out there with those guys, there'd definitely be even a bigger dampening towards WE. I mean, man, if they can sign the Young Bucks or any of these guys, that would really be a big get for WE, which I don't think they will, but it still would be because eventually you would think everyone wants to go to the WE at least once.
Okay, here's my thing with the Young Bucks and Omega. You have to figure sooner than later, Young Bucks and Omega are going to do everything they could imagine in New Japan, and there's not going to be anything else for them to do. Eventually, maybe, I'm not going to say that they will, but maybe they get bored. And maybe they want a new challenge, and maybe the new challenge is going to the WWE. Not saying that it will happen. I honestly do not think the Young Bucks will ever sign with the WWE. Omega, I think, eventually will, but I don't see the Young Bucks ever signing with the WWE. For them, there's no reason for them to sign with the WWE. Money, yeah, of course. If they offer them like a crazy amount of money, then yeah, maybe then. But I just don't see it.
Because look at AJ Styles. No one thought AJ Styles would ever go to the WWE, and he wasn't going to go for less money than was making in the Indies. So I believe he almost got. I'm not sure what his paycheck is or what he makes or his contract is, but I'm pretty sure it's more than he was, or a little bit more than what he was making doing the Indies. But different scenarios, because you can consider AJ was on a bigger level than these guys are at the moment, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong, but to me, a bigger star at the time.
All right, so we're going to touch on the Madison Square Garden issue with Vince one more time, and then we're going to move on to the G1 results with Alex. Why Vince McMahon won't be bothered. He's lost his stronghold on Madison Square Garden. Let's see. Someone did a little article about this thing, and he said, I'm of the belief that Vince could stop the ROH in New Japan if he really wanted to, and maybe he still will. Money talks, and 10, 15, 20 years ago, he would have chuckled at all he could do to diminish the threat. But this guy's article is horribly written. Never mind. I'm not even going to read this. Basically, he's saying that Vince McMahon doesn't believe ROH and New Japan are any threat at all, and they weren't even going to G anyways. They were going to be at the Barclays Center for any takeover. So basically saying bring it on, basically.
Yeah,
so
what we've heard over the years, I've heard Pritchard say this too, that Madison Square Garden is so hard to do TV at because it costs so much money to run a TV show there. Because it's so expensive, how they got to do everything there. So I don't remember exactly what he said. It's been a while, but he said it's so expensive. That's why WE doesn't run a lot of Madison Square Garden shows for TV anymore.
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, it's great that, look, I love the All In. I love that independent wrestling's accelerating, but look at what the WWE has their hands in. They have, like, movies, like, I'm not saying the movies are good, but they have, like, movies, toys, like, all these extra shit for their public trading company. Financially speaking, the WWE is still making a shit ton of money compared to anyone else. In terms of the quality, yeah, the quality is a whole different story, but we're talking about financially, which is what drives their competition. Yeah, WWE, I don't see why Vince would be worried.
Yeah, I mean, MSG asks for a lot of money as well, so that's why they only do house shows there.
Yeah, I know, I get that. It's expensive as hell to do there. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, like you were saying about, is Vince worried? Jericho has said this when he was asked about when TNA went to Mondays, that Vince said he's not worried about anything. I mean, yeah, they have their nice little niche or something like that, but that's it. You can create your own little thing, but people are going to hate this, but no one will ever be really competition to the WE, like wrestling-wise. No wrestling promotion is really going to be big competition or ever be WE's top competition again like WCW Nitro was. No one has that kind of money.
Right now they don't.
I mean, if they want to do something big, then you need to take all these indie promotions and all these other promotions and put them all together with New Japan and Ring of Honor, throw Impact Wrestling and everything you can think of in there for a big-ass super show. that's the only way you're gonna really say okay, and you're having all these guys on one show, and that's the only way you're really gonna really be able to compete. I don't think it'll really even be competing because WWE has so much power and is so big globally right now. It's just impossible to compete with. But what Ring of Honor, what New Japan are all doing right now, I mean, they're doing great things and they're putting on better wrestling than WWE, is no question. But WWE is a publicly traded company, and I mean, they're huge, right? They make so much, billions of dollars.
They just got a billion, like a $5 billion deal from Fox. Like,
I think it was 1 billion.
Yeah, they're rolling in the money. Well, for both, yeah, they're rolling in the money. So, all right, let's move on. We're touching on this too long because we still have much more stuff to talk about. Let's move on to New Japan Pro Wrestling, which probably the talk of the night was Jay White defeating Okada, and the way Jay White defeated him in doing so. So, Alex, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, so like you guys said, today was the beginning of the G1. It was Block A, so tomorrow will be Block B. So it's kind of like the same setup we've talked about in the past. It's like you have your first hour or so of the tag team matches involving tomorrow's nights to give you a little preview, and then you have the big singles matches. So tonight, so this Block A, in terms of the talent and the matchups, it's so-so. I think tomorrow night's block is a lot more exciting in terms of what to expect for the tournament. But we got some fun stuff that happens tonight. So let me just bring up the card real quick. Dave, why don't you just tell me what you thought so far?
Yeah, give us your thoughts on the Jay White and Okada match.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, what all matches did you see tonight?
Oh, we watched the whole thing, so we can start with Jay White and Okada.
Oh, Dave watched all. Oh, I didn't know Dave watched the whole thing. Okay, so.
Well, I skipped the tag matches, but I watched the 3 or 4 tournament matches they had.
All right, so y'all go ahead in order of the tournament matches. Alex, go with them.
Yeah, and Dave, just a heads up if it matters to you, Zack Sabre Jr. He's now using the Michinoku driver as a finisher.
That's kind of cool.
No,
I like Taka.
He was going for a submission, so the whole commentary is like, all right, this is it. And then it got broken up, and then Zach all of a sudden hits a Michinoku, and they're like, wait, what? And Taka's like doing, ha, you learn. So that's really the only thing that happened So the first match we had was Makabe versus Yoshihashi. It was a fun opener. I mean, I'm not really much of a fan of Yoshihashi, but it was fun.
Good. He looked good out there, though, and they were really putting him over big time. And the commentators, Callis, was it Rocky and Kevin Kelly? I mean, they were like, "Man, go for it! He's got it! He's got a chance! Come on!" I mean, they had me believing that he was gonna win. I don't know a lot about him, or the other guy, but the way they were talking, like he's not really shown any aggressiveness. He's not really shown anything like he really wants this. And they were acting like this match. They were saying he was really bringing it, and like they thought he had a chance to win it. He just couldn't hit his big move.
He doesn't. When you see his big move, you'll see why he doesn't hit it. But I'm not the. No, I didn't mind the match. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of Yoshihashi.
I thought the commentators did a good job with storytelling with this match about Yoshihashi, and I was kind of into it, and I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yep. So what else is next? What was after that? It was the Evil versus Michael Elgin match, right?
Yes, I believe so.
That was a good match. That was it was like a hoss fight match. I mean, dude, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of Michael Elgin for his outside of the ring activities, but no, this was a fun match for sure. Elgin whipped out some crazy ass power moves, man. I mean, a lot of fun.
This was definitely not a spot match. I mean, there was definitely not no flying 450s and stuff like that. So yeah, if you like kind of like an old school rough and style stiff fighting, this was your match. I mean, this match was fun. It was fun to watch. The shots these guys were laying in, it was just like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. So it was an exciting match. I could see them trying to give Elgin like a good showing in the G1. I don't know not so much about Evil per se. I feel like he's just going to be kind of one of those mid participants who kind of he'll probably get like about 8 points and kind of just fall off. But yeah, should be a good showing from both of them. Then we had Tanahashi versus Suzuki in a rematch. I think this is like their 4th match together, but yeah, I mean, you had Suzuki going right for Tanahashi, right? The same way he won the Intercontinental title from last time. Went straight for the legs, and oh my god, Dave, I'm pretty sure he had Tanahashi in a submission for like 5 minutes.
I know. I thought that thing was gonna. I thought he was just gonna keep it, and I liked it. I did. I like this kind of. See, I like Suzuki is really a fun guy to watch. I mean, man, he's a legit badass, and I've seen a few of his matches, and he want to talk about a guy who really brings it when he really delivers stiff shots. I mean, man, this is a fun match though, and I love how they did it. I mean, because you almost believed he was really hurt in this match, and the way he lost it made sense because if he's hurt or injured, that's why Tanahashi beat him, because he was injured. That's what you're going to say. And how he threw Desperado down, like, get off me, I don't need your help.
Yeah.
I think it was Desperado.
Yeah, that's like that's like one of the themes they try to put in the opening matches of the G1. It's like, guys, like, don't go all out on your first match. Like, you still have like 10 matches to go. Like, pace yourself. Like, even if like you're in a submission, then like you're pretty much destroying your limb. Like, just tap out and like lose the 2 points to save yourself. So I thought they did a good job like portraying that. But yeah, it was a good match. Tanahashi got the win, and Tanahashi's role as a G1 is he always has an injured body part that he has to work against, because that's just his underdog babyface nature. I think the big storyline, one of the other big storylines that I've been noticing that they've been doing this year is that Bullet Club still is not fine. They are keeping the storyline in the G1 now, so because we had Adam Page versus Bad Luck Fale, which ended in a disqualification match where Page got the win because Tama Tonga and Tongaloa interfered, and you had then you had Kenny, not Adam Page, what's his name, Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi come out. So we're gonna get a lot of Bullet Club wars still to come, and I think Tama Tonga is a dark horse.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised because this is where it kind of changed in the main event as well too. Right here, it's like maybe this happens a lot with New Japan. I don't know, but this match and that kind of threw me off. That a DQ, okay, that just kind of threw me because I'm expecting these 15, 20-minute classics on every match, and then you get kind of these weird finishes. And I was like, okay, which I mean, I like Hangman Page. I've always been a fan of his, and like you said for a while, he's going to be a star. And coming up very soon, he could be a champion, either Ring of Honor or even in New Japan. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it seems like the Bullet Club Elite are like the Wolfpack, the popular guys, and the other Bullet Club is like, I'm not trying to compare it, but it seems kind of like that a little bit, where they're split off.
Yeah. Yeah, so that now you have like divisions, so now we're going to see, are they going to destroy each other or what's going to happen? Yeah. We'll definitely be looking forward to it, but I agree they don't really go for DQs in these matches. I think even last tournament they had maybe 1 DQ. And already tonight we got 2 DQ. No, the last one wasn't a DQ, but like shenanigan style match. You know, it's not like a pure 20-minute bout. So something different, which I liked. In the blood, let's see what else we got. No, that's about it. So yeah, we can get right into Jay White and Okada. I mean, this match went, I think, pretty much up to the 30-minute limit, and I know Tony was surprised when he heard this, but Jay White dominated Okada. It wasn't a back-and-forth match. Jay White was literally just brutalizing Okada, like some of the things he was doing, and even when Okada came out, like they're sticking with the Okada is broken without the title. I mean, he made his like theme song kind of chaotic and erratic looking. Like it just looks like so disorganized. And when you look at Okada, you're like, what the hell is this? And he tried to be a little cocky with Jay White, and then Jay White just laid right into him, and he was awesome, man. I mean, this is the Switchblade that he was trying to bring in from January. I know a lot of people haven't been high on Jay White with the character, but tonight he really brought it out, man. I mean, he was getting heat. He was absolutely mocking Okada. I know Tony will love this part, but Okada tried to put him in a Cobra Clutch. Jay White got him out of that, and then put him in a Cobra Clutch. And Jay White's like yelling at Okada's like, everything that is yours is like, he's pretty much like, I'm taking everything. I'm taking your damn finisher too. Like he was just brutal. He was just shit talking him the whole match. And we also had Rocky Romero on commentary, who's another Chaos stable member. So he's like saying that he's like, come on, like we're all supposed to be stable mates. Like, is this how you treat your stable member? Like, Jay White, like he was like getting so like uncomfortable watching this, and at times, yeah, the match was uncomfortable to watch. Just how Jay White was just brutalizing. I mean, he was throwing him into barricades, he was slamming him into the apron, and then it basically came to the end where Okada was getting his comeback that Tony loves oh so much. Drop kick, tombstone, rainmaker, repeat. Jay White, when he hit him with the rainmaker, Jay White actually on the way back elbowed the ref to knock him out, and they tried to do it like, oh, Don Callis was like, oh, it was momentum, but then everyone else like, no, that was on purpose. And Jay White hits him with the low blow, grabs the steel chair, slams it in his face, and hits the blade runner, and then 1, 2, 3, Jay White wins, and I think we may be getting a new leader of Chaos.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm glad that they're showcasing Jay White in a better light. I guess him losing that title was probably for the better, it looks like. What about you, Dave? I know you saw the match as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match, and the aggressiveness Jay White was showing, throwing him out of the ring. The suplex didn't look as vicious as the commentators tried to make it. But the other one, when he threw him into the steel guardrail, that looked pretty vicious right there, and that looked good. Yeah, I like that. And one thing that just kind of surprised me is I told Alex this, I'm not used to this kind of, in a New Japan main event, I'm not used to like, oh, a referee gets knocked down, then we get a chair, and then he hits him with a low blow, and then all that, and it's like, this isn't the kind of New Japan I'm used to watching. I've been watching a lot since Alex has really got us really into watching a lot of this stuff. And, I mean, kudos to him. I mean, but, yeah, I wasn't used to this type of ending to a New Japan show. And his stuff he cut with Rocky was great. He's like, it's my chaos now.
Yeah, he's like, it's my chaos, brother. You'll see it soon. And, like, he cut in the post-commentary. He basically said, Tony will love this. He just like said to the crowd, he's like, I don't give a fuck if you're mad about how that match went. I don't give a fuck about all the people watching in America and all around the world, and you didn't get this 30-minute 5-star match that you were expecting. I just wanted to show you that this company is mine. This kingdom is mine. Chaos is mine. And that's about it. He cut a great promo to end it off, and that was the show. And then tomorrow what's up?
So damn, I'm excited for Jay White. I hope big things are coming to his end. That's all I can really
Alex,
say.
Were you shocked by how the ending came?
Red Sox fan.
Huh?
What, Dave?
I was saying, was Alex shocked by how the ending came and how all the shenanigans happened at the end with the low blow, the referee getting knocked out, the chair shots? I mean, that was just out of nowhere for New Japan. That's not in their wheelhouse that they really do stuff like that I've ever noticed, that I've been watching.
Yeah, no, I still thought Jay White was going to win tonight just because I think they're trying to tell the story that without the title, what is Okada? And he's just going to keep losing. So I did have Jay White winning, but yeah, like you said, I didn't think they were going to go down that route. But what came out of it is that Jay White established himself as, yay, can you make the argument that he's not the leader of Chaos right now? Will Ospreay lost his title. I mean, Okada lost his title. He just lost in the opening of the G1 tournament. So yeah, they're pushing for that story, and I'm all curious to see it. So it seems like this year, that's the storyline of the theme is that all the stables are starting to implode. It's like Bullet Club is not fine, Chaos is not fine. Justin isn't showing up, so Get the Tables isn't fine. Like, like it's just the theme of today.
And think about this: Jay White just beat Okada, and I mean, is anyone gonna have a bigger matchup in this tournament than Jay White with the two people he's going to face in the first 2 rounds. Because you can talk about, I'll let you say it, who he's facing next. Go ahead. I mean, because this is going to be interesting. Two of the biggest stars in New Japan.
Yeah, and I think I think we all said like Jay White hasn't had the most consistent booking, but if you think about who he's faced since coming to New Japan, back to New Japan, since Wrestle Kingdom, he faced Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom. He beat Kenny Omega for the IWGP US title, and he just beat Okada, who was booked as the guy of New Japan. So, yeah.
And now
he's facing Tanahashi.
He's going to face, yeah, again.
And I think he's going to beat Tanahashi, too, because Tanahashi won at Wrestle Kingdom. Tanahashi's working with the knee, but I think, Tony, not just to make you happy, I do think Jay White's going to go far. I'd like to think so.
I hope so, man. More Jay White talk on the show, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, who should? I mean, seriously, if he beats Tanahashi, he beat Okada. I mean, how could he not win the tournament for all those two? Why would you not say, okay, he's going to win the tournament because those two big wins right there?
Yeah, out of tonight's tournament, I would definitely say the biggest one tonight was definitely Jay White to make a presence known for his block that he could possibly have a chance. I mean, like I said, just because it's also the first night, like you can have surprise wins, but at the same time, as long as the points work out, like there are people that can still get back in. I mean, never count out Okada, right, Tony?
All right, yeah, I'm sure Okada won't lose another match, and probably will win the tournament as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want
I know you said preview some matches for tomorrow night, correct?
Yep, and then that'll be it for New Japan at least for now. So tomorrow's Block B. So this one I'm more excited for just because of the match, the participants. So we've got Juice Robinson versus Tama Tonga. So everyone who loves to see Juice, we get to see what Tama Tonga's like now with this killer squad mentality he's always had, but now he's the OGBC leader, so that should be fun. And we have Goto versus Sonata. Well, I hope Sonata has a great showing in the tournament. I think I said this earlier on Twitter, and a lot of people actually did agree. I think Sonata's being held back, being in a tag team. I think he's too good to be just a tag team match, especially after the match we saw with Okada. I think he can do big things, so I'd love to see a great showing from him. We have Ishii versus Yano. The only thing important to say about that is that that's another Chaos match. It's Chaos stables going against one another, so Chaos is not fine. And then the big two co-main events: Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. So this is a trilogy for these guys. I mean, Kota won the match last year at the G1. Zack beat Kota at the New Japan Cup this year. So yeah, and I think I'm still saying it. I think Kota wins the G1 and faces Omega at Wrestle Kingdom, but Zack Sabre's definitely not another guy you want to sleep on. When it comes to tournaments, not even just in New Japan, whether it's in Progress, like he won the Strong Style Evolved and the Strong Style tournament in Progress this year. So he is probably the king of tournaments. And when it comes to the submissions, we're going to see some great things between these two. And now that Zack is using the Michinoku driver, it just adds to just something else to him. And as for the main event, I mean, we have Kenny Omega versus Naito. So that is going to be a great match. I mean, the story there is that Naito beat Omega last year to win the G1. He failed in beating Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, and now Kenny ended up beating Okada. Now they're having the match from last year, so that should be a great match. So, Dave, you gonna be watching tomorrow?
Oh, definitely. Because these matches sound a lot more interesting than tonight's was good, but I mean, man, this sounds a lot more fun. Like, really, it seems like this is really the tournament starting really tomorrow. This was just a taste tonight.
Yeah.
Those sound like some tremendous matches tomorrow. So definitely stick to Alex's Twitter and Dave's, as they will be, I'm sure, tweeting and giving their thoughts of the matches.
Mine will be a little bit late just because I have work tomorrow. So once I get out, realistically, I'm probably going to be back home in time for Extreme Rules. So I'll definitely try to watch it Monday. Sorry,
Well, okay. No spoilers, please. No spoilers. All right. Let's see. What else is there? There's a couple more news to talk about, and then we'll start wrapping up the show because I know we're going on the 2-hour mark. WWE reportedly considering a major overhaul of pay-per-view names. The WWE are reportedly considering changing several pay-per-view names to show names used in WCW.
Finally.
According to Brad Shepard of Barn Burner, two names being considered are Halloween Havoc and Starrcade, which was used for a live event last year. It is unknown what pay-per-views these would replace or what impact it would have on match-branded events such as Hell in a Cell or TLC. So look at, I wouldn't, like we said, I think we've mentioned it on the show. I think it would be pretty cool to have a Halloween Havoc WWE pay-per-view lineup.
Yeah, also, I would love to see TLC get replaced with, like, Starrcade, because that used to be a December pay-per-view for WCW. So you want to do something like that even. I mean, because really, I mean, you could even take Halloween Havoc would be really a one I think a lot of us have been wanting to see forever, because that was really one of WCW's biggest pay-per-views as a fan to enjoy watching anyway for me. I loved the Halloween Havoc theme show.
Oh, yeah,
and if they could get Jim be like one of the sponsors, that'd be even more tremendous.
Brock Lesnar news, everybody. We kind of touched on this on Thursday night show, but Brock Lesnar will be defending the WWE Universal Championships at SummerSlam following weeks of speculation about his status of the biggest WWE event of the summer. Dave Meltzer was noting up until recently that it was not confirmed but assumed Lesnar would be on the card, but somebody has changed regarding Lesnar's status because Brian Alvarez tweeted that he will be defending the Universal Championship in Brooklyn. It remains unknown at this stage who Lesnar will defend it against. Quick yes or no answer. Alex, does Brock Lesnar defend the title, and does he walk out of SummerSlam the champion?
I think he's going to wrestle SummerSlam. I think he's going to wrestle SummerSlam, and I think Braun's cashing in.
Dave?
Yep, I concur. I agree with everything Alex said.
Okay, all right. Reason WWE didn't mention Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw. I remember I told everybody on Tuesday night that I felt like it was a missed opportunity. But it seems like during Monday night's edition of WWE Raw this week, there was no mention of Brock Lesnar, the company's Universal Champion. Many have found that kind of odd, given he made a highly publicized appearance at UFC 226. Let's see, where did we get to? Dave Meltzer revealed that Vince McMahon briefed everybody prior to the show that Raw was solely to focus on the build for Extreme Rules. And given Lesnar is not on that card, he is not to be brought up on Raw in Boston. Meltzer added that McMahon is adamant in creating the sense that Lesnar walked out of the company for UFC and isn't coming back to defend his title. The only problem is that many feel WWE didn't capitalize on that UFC Lesnar appearance, thus a walkout isn't having the appeal it might have had they made mention of it on air. Alex, any thoughts on this?
Not really.
All right, Alex, what about you, Dave?
I mean, are we going to see a CM Punk thing all over again where we're going to have a tournament and then someone's going to be champion on Raw and then Brock's going to come out and then it's going to be champion versus champion at SummerSlam? I mean, I hope it's not that route again, but, I mean, they're saying he walked out, so, I mean, just like they did with CM Punk.
They want you to hate Brock Lesnar so goddamn much that you will cheer for Reigns. But WWE, it's not going to happen, man. It's just not going to happen.
Brock could only defend the title at WrestleMania once a year, and I would still cheer Brock over Roman Reigns.
It's amazing. Brock is probably... When was the last time you saw someone since, like, the 90s that had as much control over the WWE in terms of money like Brock Lesnar can do this.
Like I said, I told Dave, there's no type of schedule anybody has ever had like Brock Lesnar. This fucker hasn't wrestled since fucking April. There hasn't been a world title match defended on Raw or a pay-per-view against a Raw superstar in the last couple of months. That's crazy. That's just insane. Ay. But yeah, hopefully he'll defend his title at SummerSlam. We can only hope. But remember when I was talking about possible of WWE considering 2 WrestleMania events in 2020? Well, folks, here's the news on it. WrestleMania has long been the crown jewel in WWE's pay-per-view calendar with an impressive legacy which spans more than 3 decades. WWE is reportedly looking to further expand WrestleMania appeal with discussions surrounding the possibility of 2 WrestleMania events. The concept would be to hold the first and presumably the flagship in the United States, while a similar event will also take place outside of the U.S., similar to how they presented the Greatest Royal Rumble earlier this year. The company wants to hold the U.S. one in April and the other in October. This throws up much speculation as to where the second WrestleMania could take place. One of the hot prospects to host would no doubt be London, England, as it is WWE's second biggest market outside of North America. And recently announced that the launch of the NXT UK brand, but they could look elsewhere. They also noted that he was unsure of what the company plans to brand the second WrestleMania, but it could be called the Greatest WrestleMania or or something along those lines. Thoughts, Alex?
So are we gonna get the Greatest SummerSlam coming up next year? Is this just gonna be a thing with the big fours? I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see WrestleMania in London in a UK crowd or something like that. That would be awesome. But it's just the same thing. It's just I get that it's gonna be booked like a special event, but it's WrestleMania, man. I don't know. It's just I don't know what else to say. It's like it's WrestleMania. It's just when I see that, I can even deal with hearing Royal Rumble 4 different times in the year. That's fine. But WrestleMania is just something special, man. I just don't think you should split it up.
Yeah, if you have 2 WrestleManias, doesn't that just ruin the prestige of a fucking WrestleMania? Like, that just ruins because like I forgot who said it in the chat room, but it seems like, you know, you had WrestleMania, but they booked and made the Greatest Royal Rumble better than WrestleMania, the booking and how they built up to it. It's sad that to me, this is just them being fucking money hungry. To me, this is all them being money hungry.
Yeah, but is it any different than? I know it is different because it's live shows. But anytime you go to a live show before WrestleMania, it's always called like Road to WrestleMania. So is this just going to be another like, oh, WrestleMania, Saudi Arabia WrestleMania or something, whatever it's going to be, or UK? I mean, what are they going to have the same people that wrestle the same matches at the same show? I mean,
And
what else can you?
They're gonna book it's a WrestleMania weekend. Like, is it going to be a whole thing? Like,
is it going to be like a couple months later? You said it's going to be the same weekend.
Yeah, this is just.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if Tony said you said it or not. Yeah. If you said it was going to be.
I get why they want to make the money out of it, but as a fan, like I don't know how I feel about hearing WrestleMania twice. It's just not that. Like, I know we haven't been the biggest fan of the cards as of per se, but when WrestleMania weekend hits, like, it's a special feeling. It's like, guys, WrestleMania is around the corner, you know? Like, I'm so excited because it's WrestleMania.
So we're gonna have like what WrestleMania presents the Hall of Fame Saudi Arabia version I mean, I don't know.
Sledge, I'm sure the UFC rigged comment was just a joke, and we don't know anybody having any UFC live scopes at the moment. I'm sure if you just type in UFC in the search bar on Periscope, I'm sure they'll pop up something for you. Seth Rollins recently took part in an interview with Give Me Sport and revealed the reaction of the WWE locker room when WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart in 2016 stated that Rollins is unsafe in the ring. Rollins said that he had no idea if McMahon even knew what Bret was saying about me as far as that's concerned. But yeah, I got support from guys in the locker room who were like, what is this guy even talking about? Why is he even saying this stuff? It's just ridiculous. So yeah, it was here and there, but most people really didn't take it too seriously because it was so off the wall. So yeah, people just make jokes about it for the most part. Yeah,
it's not really that off the wall.
I'm sorry?
It's not that off the wall. I mean, ask Sting and Finn Balor. I mean, he ended Sting's career and then he injured Balor. I mean, yes, they could have been freak accidents, yes. But I mean,
you can make that argument. You can make that argument for AJ too. I mean, AJ in 2014 was considered unsafe for a good amount. I mean, he almost ended Roderick Strong's career. He broke Yoshitatsu's neck. He injured another guy. I'm not saying that's his fault, but they had that same stigma that he was unsafe. But after
because
doing it, nobody thinks of it like that. So I would say that's the same thing for Seth Rollins. That happened.
Yeah, but
where has he been in the last 3 years? Has he injured anyone that I know of? No.
Okay, but also those incidences were because the guys tucked their chin.
No, but I know, but remember what I said, like, but at that time, everyone was saying AJ's unsafe, AJ's unsafe, and then like after a few years, you see that AJ hasn't hurt anyone. Nobody actually thinks of him anymore. That's the same thing with Rollins. Yeah. Rollins was consistently hurting people, like Nia Jax. Yeah, I would agree, but at least for the last 2 years, I don't think Seth's done anything of that sort.
No, but I think this interview was from then, though, and he said it was from a couple years ago. So, yeah, I mean, and that's when – and, yes, I'm sure he didn't mean to injure anybody, but, I mean, he did basically put Sting on the shelf and end his career, and that's where that original statement came from. And I think this interview was about stuff Bret Hart said about him a few years ago because that's when this happened. And, yes, you could have said the same thing about AJ, I guess, because people were – it's not like I guess it's I don't know. I guess it is similar to this. There's similarities there because of like with even Ellsworth when he tried to tuck his chin, which is shocking he even has one, but on that spot on SmackDown, and AJ stopped it before he went down. Otherwise, he could have been dead right there on SmackDown. But AJ stopped the move mid motion because he starts noticing when guys are tucking their chin and they're not supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All right, so let's move on to the last subject we'll talk about. We'll talk about Adam Cole on a different note, maybe on next weekend's show, since we've been over the 2-hour mark, plus we're going to be live tomorrow night. Kind of sad news to report, and this is the whole Martha Hart, Bret Hart, Owen Hart statements and responses and exactly, Kate. I think is this the Reverend in here? What's up, Reverend? Look at him preaching wrestling and preaching the gospel. Like, man, he preaching both ways, my friend. What's up, England JT? How you doing tonight, dude? Thanks for stopping by, bro. Again, if I didn't say hello to anybody in the chat room, it's no disrespect. I can't see who's joining the Periscope chat room unless you say hello in here. So thank you guys for jumping in here and appreciate you chilling with us on a Saturday night. Don't forget, we're Get the Tables podcast. Live every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And don't forget, we will be live tomorrow night after Extreme Rules pops off air. So, Martha Hart has issued a statement following the recent comments from Bret Hart in which he expressed his views as to why his brother Owen Hart is not in the WWE Hall of Fame. Bret said earlier this week on CBS Sports in this Corner podcast, I think Martha, Owen's widow, She's a very obtuse, square-headed person. I think she's done more to erase my brother Owen's memory than she ever did to remember him. I think it really bothers me that fans that loved Owen so much didn't get a chance to remember him. You do these kind of things for people who are here, left to remember them, he noted. I mean, Owen, it would never matter to him if he was in the Hall of Fame, but I think that, it would mean a lot to different family members in my family. I know Mark Henry, as an example, gave a strong speech or talk this year about getting Owen into the Hall of Fame, and I totally agree. And then we had Martha Hart, good old Martha Hart, who is pretty much the main factor of why Owen Hart will probably never be into the WWE Hall of Fame. She said, Brett's comments are rooted in the fact that I have steadfastly refused to work with the WWE to exploit, her words, is exploit Owen's image for commercial gain. Owen was an incredible entertainer, and I know that his many fans around the world enjoyed his wrestling career immensely. I encourage them to continue to do so, but I am firm in my belief that the WWE was responsible for Owen's death. As a result, I cannot and will not support any efforts by the WWE to profit from Owen's memory. Bret Hart's comments are disrespectful and cruel, and it's disappointing that so many in the media have chosen to report them without seeking my perspective. Whatever Bret may believe, the fact is that far from erasing Owen's memory, I have devoted the last 20 years to celebrating his life in a very public way. I can think of very few people who have been remembered so glowingly by their spouse. Alex, your thoughts on this situation? It's not looking good for Owen Hart to possibly ever be in the WWE Hall of Fame anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, I mean it's sad for Owen Hart fans. I think I know we have our thoughts about the Hall of Fame, but just because it's a yearly thing and we have seen people that we've grown up with that we've loved to see go in, like Owen Hart is definitely one of them, especially for me, man. I mean, Owen was definitely one of my favorite guys in the back in the day. Obviously, I saw him unfortunately towards the end, but a lot of his matches I look back and say I will still say his two matches with Bret Hart are still some in my all-time greats. The WrestleMania one and the cage match at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Excellent.
That's one of my favorite matches ever, with the Owen and Bret Hart in the cage.
Absolutely. So I have nothing but great things to say about Owen, and he was way, he was obviously he left us way before his time, and I hope with whatever I hope Martha and not only just Martha and the family, but like Bret said, like Martha and them, like they can kind of reconcile, because it's true, like it sucks because Martha's kind of closed off from the family. Bret feels that his brother's legacy is kind of not being shared with the people that he did everything, including I'm not trying to say this to be like grim, but gave his life to entertain, to share that. So I hope that changes. I'm sure we all miss Owen, and I think it would be a great to just at least see him get that acknowledgement in WWE.
My question to you, Alex: if Owen Hart was to be inducted, do you think Bret Hart would give the speech?
It would have to be. It would have to be either him or Mark Henry.
It would seem WWE probably would go more of the likes of Mark Henry, and it would be unbelievable to see Bret Hart up there. No one will be able to understand her position because no one has been through what she has. That's very true. That's very true. I mean, she holds a big grudge towards the WWE, to where she thinks that the WWE, the only reason why WWE wants Owen in the Hall of Fame is to make money off.
Well, good point.
I mean, is she wrong though? Seems like WWE would do it to profit off his memory. I mean, it's true. It's very true. Unless they came up with some type of a deal where she gets a lot of, the money that they profit from it, or the money they profit goes to his foundation because they have an Owen Hart Foundation. If maybe that's how they work it out, maybe she'll finally agree to put him in the Hall of Fame. But I can totally see her side of the view, to where WWE, in her mind, WWE killed her husband. And now, several years later, after they killed her husband, in her mind, they want to put him into a shrine for probably one night or maybe that week to dedicate it to Owen Hart. And then after that, what's there to do? Are they gonna show as much love to Owen as they do to the Ultimate Warrior, who to a lot of people, the Ultimate Warrior is a piece of shit. And then you have Owen Hart, who everybody loves, and probably true about the WWE. They would benefit a lot from an Owen being in the Hall of Fame. I mean, us three would probably tune in just for that. Or a lot of people would just buy a ticket just for that. It's just crazy, and I totally see her point of view, and it's just a sad situation all around. Not really much for us to give our opinion on. It's just other than it's just gonna suck to never see Owen Hart into the Hall of Fame. As much as we probably think the Hall of Fame is a fucking joke, it's just a crazy situation between the Hart family and WWE in general. So I think that's going to wrap up tonight's show. We've been live for, I think, over 2 hours now. Yes.
Can I give my thoughts on this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. Yes, I would love to see Owen in the Hall of Fame, but I read this article too, like you just read to everyone else, and I completely understand why she doesn't want to do it. Like someone said in the chat about it, like, because they look at it like, yeah, he did die to entertain. He loved entertaining. He died doing it, but he didn't have to. They didn't have to make him do that stupid. Even though they showed footage of Vince doing the stunt earlier in the day, we all seen it before, I'm sure. But still, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to have that stunt happen and something happen. And yes, mistakes happen, but that didn't have to go like that. And I mean, if she closed off from the Hart family, I'm sorry about that, but I do understand why she doesn't want WE to use her husband's name and to gain money. And we've seen the scopes and the Facebook lives that they put out where they have Triple H and Stephanie walking through the little thing, and they show all these little glass cases of everyone, like all pictures and their gear, and yeah, they would basically use all that just to benefit off Owen Hart's name and people, and I agree with that whole situation. I do. That's what they would do, and they do profit. I mean, look what they did for Warrior, like you said. And if you go back and watch Ultimate Warrior's speech from that year when he mentioned about having a special award, and now they named an award after him, even though it's a great thing that they did, and it's great what they're doing, the Warrior Award is a great thing, that's not what the Ultimate Warrior wanted. He wanted this award to be for the people behind the scenes who don't get credit, like people on TV, like the people who are working the camera, or the people who are doing he wanted people like that to get appreciated. That's what he said in the speech, that he wanted the average Joe to get an award for what they do. The guy out there who's working the camera or working behind that's what he wanted. That's what his specific words were about for the Warrior Award. Not, even though it's great what they're doing with it, giving it to special people who overcome these great obstacles. I mean, it's awesome. But still, that wasn't his wish when he said on the Hall of Fame. And I don't blame her. I mean, what are they going to offer something like that? Say, oh, Owen can have his own award. We'll make an award or something like that. Give money to your foundation. But still, they're just using his name to profit. And look, I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame. And it was a really cool, touching speech that Mark Henry said. But if he did go in the Hall of Fame, I think it should be Brett inducting him. And maybe, or not inducting him, but maybe, maybe have him be a presenter then, and then have his wife come out and his kids and all that. But yeah, I just don't think I agree with her. I'm not saying I agree with her not wanting it, but I do understand it. And would anyone want their kid if they lost a kid because of something that happened? And she does blame them, and how could you not blame them? Because it was their fault.
Yeah. So, the fishy situation, we'll see what happens in the next couple of months, and maybe things change from now until the next Hall of Fame, but I highly doubt it. So that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Don't forget, everybody, to set those reminders that we will be live. Right back. Follow Jody Mania. Look at you. Don't forget. That is true, Bob Reevsky. That is true. So don't forget, we will be live right after Extreme Rules goes off air. So hopefully we get a good show tomorrow night, because if not, there's going to be a lot of bitching and moaning on the show. So again, thank you, Alex. England JT. Man, you missed it, man. We touched on that exciting match. I mean, we're already predicting. I'm predicting 7 stars, maybe 8 stars in that match. Thank you, Alex, for staying up late with us. I know you got to work tomorrow, so do appreciate you staying on with us, and definitely looking forward to tomorrow night with us, and hopefully Justin can get in here as well. Thank you guys again for staying up late with us on the Get the Tables, Shoot This Shit Saturday night show. Thank you for Jared England, Bob Aruski, Peck and Raw, TB124, TB124, which I think is Scorpion 28115, Kevin Massfan, Alice, Jody Mania, Bliss. Who else was in here? Red Sox fan, Texas Kid for Life was in here for a little bit. I know I'm missing a lot of other people that popped in and said hello to us. Alice, everybody else, thank you guys for showing us so much support tonight. Thank you, Reverend. The Reverend was in here. Thank you to Juanito and to Frankie for the super hearts tonight. Thank you for everybody who hit up those hearts in the chat. And thank you for everybody who is a new follower to our show. Appreciate everybody's support that you give us every night we are live. And if you haven't already, hit up the YouTube channel at Get the Tables Podcast, or follow us on Twitter as well. So everybody have a great rest of your night / morning. See you have a great Sunday, because we want to see you tomorrow night for Extreme Rules post show. Thank you, everybody, for the support, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody.